Well, Trek is
You're
doing a fake cough. I was sick, so Trek's doing a fake cough now. Okay, you guys. Well, thank you for hopping on.
So cute.
Yeah, it's fake thing. I am really excited about having Kandice talk on our call tonight and just sharing more on just what she's been doing to kick butt. She's got an amazing story to just the journey that she's taken. Yeah. So putting the spotlight on you now. So she's 2-star diamond, and she had, I think it was Success Club 44 last month. Success Club 44. Yeah. So she knows what she's doing. So listen up. All right, girl. I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay. I'm going to throw in a disclaimer. I will tell you what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm making it up. I told Brett tonight, I was like, I'm supposed to do this team call about Success Club because last month was so crazy and I don't know what happened. So I'll tell you what I did and you guys can use it, and hopefully maybe it doesn't take you to Success Club 46. I really feel like that was 3.5 years of prep speaking. But at the very least, I know Kim is one of my girls. She's on the call. She's a brand new coach, and it took her to Success Club 10, doing what we did last month, which was so exciting. So just a little bit about me. Like I mentioned, I've been a coach for 3.5 years. I actually signed up a few months after Micah, which when you compare apples to apples, it's like, well, what the crap's your problem? Because she's up here and you're way down there. But it's just proof that every journey is different. We all take this at our own pace, and my pace has definitely been a slow one. Patty and I have been kind of on the same journey for a couple of years now. We both, started out really strong, and then we both hit some rocky spots, and then we both came back strong, and now I feel like we're both climbing that mountain again and starting to get near the top. So it's been really exciting and fun to work together and to watch each other hit some of these goals and kind of just be able to prove that the old timers can do it too. It doesn't have to be fast and furious like Micah and Jalen. Sometimes it's slow and steady, and you just be consistent and you just be dedicated, and you're going to get there. So if I don't want you to look at anything that I tell you or look at the numbers that I hit last month or that Micah hits every month, and Ashley Smith and Jalen, I don't want you to look at any of that and think, well, I could never do that. I don't measure up. I'm not as good as them. I don't want you ever, ever, ever to have those thoughts, because we're all completely different. We are built different, wired different, have different networks, different styles, different obstacles to overcome, and your time will come as long as you continue to just be dedicated to this business and to let your passion show for it. So big change for me started to happen at the first to hit Success Club. I knew it was important, and I would hit Success Club 5 at least most months, but there were always months, every 3 or 4 months I would miss one, and I would end at 2 or 4. And it would feel like nothing I did was working, and it was really frustrating. So I never got that Success Club All-Star status. 3.5 years, you would think that I'd be a legend by now, but I just barely in December earned Success Club 5 All-Star, and April was Success Club 10 All-Star. So finally have hit a place where I consistently earn Success Club. Starting in January, I can't even really say for sure what happened, but I do feel like there was some kind of an internal switch that flipped. I tend to give credit to Josh Coates because in January I joined his very first Health Bet for Your Biz group. I was not going to. I'll be honest, I was kind of sick of Josh Coates. Every time you hear him, he says the same crap. Every time you get on his webinar, it's the same crap. And it's really good the first time, and the second time it's pretty good, and the third time it's just irritating, and the fourth time you don't even get on, right? So I was not gonna do his group. And it was kind of a last minute, like, something's got to give. I really appreciated his concept of the health bet for your biz, because I saw personally in September when they did the original health bet, my business was huge that month, and my customers were very successful because they wanted that $16 that they earned, which was crazy to me. So I really understood that concept and I believed in it. And I thought, maybe he's onto something. Maybe if I've got money on the line, that I could actually get back. Like, I know that conceptually I have money on the line already. I pay business fees, I pay Shakeology, I do, prizes for people, and I can get money back in commissions. But it was just different in my brain. The idea that I would put money in a pot and earn it back based on my consistency, not on my numbers, not on my results, but just showing up every day. And I thought, I can do that. That doesn't rely on anyone but me. That doesn't depend on anybody saying yes or no. That doesn't depend on, whatever's on sale this month. It didn't depend on anything but my decision to show up every day. So I did last ditch, last minute, jumped into his very first that group. And it truly opened my eyes to how inconsistent I have been for that first 3 years of my business. I was consistent and I was here all the time on Facebook all the time. Don't be like me. But that was a problem before coaching. And I ran my business every day, but I did not track. And when I did track, I would discover that I've been letting this slip and that slide. One day I would do a bunch of invites, but I wouldn't add to my network. Or I would only add to my network in big batches once a month when I did a free group. And then the rest of the month I wasn't adding. And then I wasn't tracking who I added, so I wasn't connecting. They were just getting lost on cyberspace, and we were friends, and I never had a chance to connect with them. So the health bet group really helped me to realize how inconsistent I had been and how much I've been preaching consistency for 3.5 years without actually understanding what it meant. So the very first thing that I would ask you to do is to be honest with yourself. It's like Autumn says, don't cheat. Because if you cheat, you're only cheating yourself. If you cheat on your power hour tracking for some training group that you're in, or if Patty wants you to send her your numbers, or if you're tracking it for anyone else's purposes, and you're like, oh yeah, I'll just fill that in because, I responded to her message from yesterday that I started 3 days ago. So I'll put her name there. And you make it look like you did a full-on power hour and you're like, here you go. Don't cheat. Don't cheat yourself. Be honest with yourself. Are you honestly adding to your network every day? Are you tracking them? Are you building a relationship with those new people every single day? Are you starting new conversations? Are you inviting? Don't lie to yourself, because if you lie to yourself, you are doing nothing but killing your business. That is such a huge lesson that I learned this year, and it makes me so sad to realize how much time I wasted. So I did Josh's health bet in January, got my money back, like $90. I was like, woo, look what I got. I paid $150 and I got 90 back. And then I did it again in February, and February was big. I feel like the momentum from the fall, where I was kind of starting to see some progress and feel a lot more confidence. And then January, where my numbers were actually consistent. And then February, I was like, oh my gosh, I am like this close to one of my girls being diamond again. Lacey was a diamond long ago. She earned her diamond the same day that I did. But at the time, she was another level below me. There was another coach between us. So I didn't get any recognition or credit for her going diamond, even though I was still helping her. By the time her coach quit and Lacey moved up to me, she had kind of fizzled out. Life happened. She had another baby and she had dropped her diamond, and she struggled for a really long time getting it back. And at the beginning of February, I realized she was inches away. She was lacking one emerald, I think. And also my husband was halfway to diamond. So, you know, it'd be really easy to look at that and be like, oh, maybe in another month. But February 22nd was the cutoff for that quarter to earn the bonus. And I freaking wanted to see some income. I've been doing this for 3.5 years and making pennies. So I was like, no, I am doing this. And I told Micah, and I was like, what do I do? Help me do this. And she probably hated me for that last week. And especially that last night. Oh my gosh, I was a pain in the butt. And typically I'm pretty independent. I don't really message Micah ever. But that week I was blowing up her phone. I was like, you got to help me. I'm doing this. So I did it. I made it in time for that February 22nd deadline. I helped Lacey get hers back. I got Brett to diamond, and woke up that morning and I wasn't 2-star qualifying. I just about died. It was 4:30 in the morning. I woke up way early because I was so excited to see that. And it wasn't there. I was only 1 star. And something had happened. One of the new coaches that had signed up in Lacey's downline was pending review. They had flagged it for fraud. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just about died. Another panic. Micah heard a lot from me that week. But we cleared it up. They fixed it. And I got to see that 2-star qualifying. But it was so anticlimactic for me. Like, 2-star has been this huge, like, jumping block in front of me. Like, that's my next step. That's where I need to go for so long. Now that I was there, I was just like deflated. Like, now what? It was the most difficult week for me ever. And I really believe that if I didn't have this network, if I didn't have Patty and Shay and Cozy and Micah and all of these girls that I've been working with for so long, I would have walked away. I would have been like, you know what, it's not worth it. That was so much stress. And I would have let it defeat me. I really would have. So my next suggestion to you would be to always, always, always stay plugged into the mothership. No matter how independent you are, no matter how much you're like, oh, they drive me crazy, they talk all day, or how much you're like, I don't like the way they do it, I'm going to do it my way, that's fine. But you stay plugged in, you build relationships with at least 1 or 2 other coaches, get yourself a solid success partner that you really jive with, that you really work well with. Don't make your coach your success partner. Don't make someone in your downline your success partner. Find someone across the organization so your results do not affect one another, and just start running together. With Cozy and I, it never fails. The days that I'm struggling, she's on fire. And she's like, dude, buck up, get over it, you know? And she just like drags me out of the mud. And the days that I'm on fire, Cozy's in tears. If you guys are friends with Cozy and saw her video yesterday, when Cozy cries, I say, dude, buck up. What's your problem? Life is good. You're amazing. You know, so find yourself that success partner and stay connected to your team. Build friendships, because it's not going to be easy. You're climbing a mountain that not very many people are tough enough to climb. There are going to be hard days. There are going to be hard weeks, and you're going to need that support. So that was amazing. I got through that rough week, 2-star qualifying. We held it for the whole 6 weeks, 2-star official lifetime, held it for another 6 weeks. Well, this week is our last of the next 6 weeks. So it'll be 12 weeks consistent at 2-star, which is amazing, because you guys know how easy it is for discount coaches to drop, and it's taken no small amount of hustle to make that happen. But I also have this one fatal flaw that I really believe kept me at Diamond forever. I get complacent. I reach a goal and I go into defense mode. I'm defending my 2-star. I have to stop defending my position and just keep running. When you hit a goal, don't stop. Why would you stop? When you're running a mile down the road. You run up a hill, you get to the top. Do you stop? Usually not. Usually you head on down, because the other side's a heck of a lot easier. When you get to the bottom of that hill and you have to climb another one, do you stop first? Heck to the no. You keep going and use as much of that momentum as you can to get up the next hill. Don't stop. Don't take a break. Don't take a breather because you hit a goal. Let that momentum carry you to the next step. And that is one of my fatal flaws. I have always done it. I hit some big goal, like even month to month, I will hit Success Club. And then for the first whole week of the next month, I'm like, oh man, that was a big hustle. That took a lot of work. Feels so good to just relax. I got all month. And then you pick it up again in week 2 and you start building some momentum. And then in week 3, you're like, oh crap, I got nobody. I don't even know who I'm talking to. And then you're right down to the wire again. And you're like, I didn't hit Success Club. I don't know what happened, because you stopped. Don't do that. I do it all the time. And I'm to a point now where I recognize it and I can catch myself, but I still do it. And I think we all do. So when you hit a goal, big or small, don't take that as permission to take a vacation. Like, that doesn't happen. When we went to Punta Cana, I got to tell you, I was working. So that takes me actually to what brought about those tremendous numbers in March. I was working when we were in Punta Cana. Shortly before the trip, I don't know if you guys saw it, but Sandra is one of the other diamonds in Team Inspiration, and she did a live video in Team Inspiration talking about what she was doing, and it was working tremendously. She talked about how she was doing a focused group, and it was going to be very exclusive, limited to only 20 moms, and she just kind of described what she was doing. Something about that just clicked in my brain, and I just thought, that's what I need to be doing. I don't know how you guys run your challenge groups, but my groups are pick your program, pick your shake, read the meal plan book. Okay, go do some meal planning. I'll give you some pointers. Don't worry. I'll share some recipes, but you put them together into a meal plan that'll work for your family, because it's too hard for me to plan for too many different people. So you plan your meals, and you check into this group every day, and we'll ask a cutesy question at night just to keep you engaged. And that's my challenge group, right? And they're okay. They work, but people fall off after a month. They'll get through their shakes and they'll cancel, and then they'll be like, they don't have any skin in the game anymore. They're not super engaged, and they fall off. And then a few months later, they're back, and it's this vicious cycle. And when Sandra talked about having this specific guided focus group, I thought, that's what these women need. That's what these moms need. They don't need me to give them flexibility. They don't need me to give them, the ability to make it work for themselves. Like, they need me to tell them what to do. If you guys think back to when you got started with your journey, how overwhelmed were you? Like, I'm doing this, but I don't know what I'm doing, right? And they say that I have all these tools. I've got these workouts. Great, I could do that. Half the time people don't even realize there's a schedule. And then, this book that tells me how I'm supposed to eat in these containers, and I don't know what to put in them. And I guess I just have to eat my food separate forever. And it is so overwhelming. And it just clicked in me that these women need more. And I think the reason I never gave them more is because I don't feel confident enough in my own abilities. I am not a trainer. I am not a nutritionist. I struggle every dang day to still lose weight. And it's not my strength. So I never felt qualified to give them that kind of support. But when I watched that video of Sandra's, I thought, okay, I'm doing this. I thought about it for all of 12 hours, like overnight. I slept on it. I woke up and I was like, boom, doing it. And I sat down and I made a list of everything I was going to do in that group. And I went live and just detailed it. Now, I'll tell you what I've done in my group just kind of briefly, just to give you an idea of what I mean by focus group. And then I'll tell you what I did to promote it. Just so if you want to do this, the information is there. You guys can go back to Inspiration and search for Sandra's video. It's there. I'm following her her guidance, as well as some information that Jaylyn gave on a call that she did for our team. Cozy posted that. All of the information is there. I just kind of pulled it together in my own way. So my focus group is 30 days long. Okay. It is for new challengers only. I don't know if any of you have ever tried to reinvigorate past challengers, but it never works. Like, it sucks. So this group specifically was for new challengers only. They were required to purchase the Beachbody On Demand Challenge Pack. And I'll tell you why in a minute. For the first 3 weeks, they are doing 21-day fix. Everyone. And I haven't done it since it was released, like 3 years ago. So I was like, I'm doing it with them for this first group. And I told them they're my test group, so they know I'm working through some stuff. So for this first group, I'm doing 21-day fix with them. I obviously won't do that every month, but they're doing 21-day fix for 3 weeks. They're following the nutrition plan with meal plans I created. I created the meal plan based on my calorie bracket, which is section A, the lowest calorie bracket. And then I did a video when I sent them that meal plan. I sent it 1 week at a time. I only give them 1 week. I don't know about you, but even me, if I looked at a whole month of meal planning and grocery shopping, I'd be like, oh, mama. So I gave them 1 week with a video that said, okay, this is a 1,400 calorie bracket plan. So if you are in B or C or D, you need to figure out how many more containers you need. And then you need to go through day by day on this plan and pencil in what you're going to add. More vegetables at lunch, more meat at dinner, whatever it's going to be, pencil that in. I did allow them to make substitutions, but they had to fill it in on their meal plan. They had to send me a copy of their meal plan with all the changes made so that I could approve it. Now, let me just tell you this. I didn't look at them. There were 20 women in that group sending me their meal plans. I did not go through them. I glanced at them just to make sure they knew what they were doing, but it's pretty simple to add one green and add one red. You know what I mean? So I checked to make sure that in general they weren't adding any crazy ingredients, but I didn't spend hours and hours combing through their meal plans. So there we are. We're ready to start. These girls have their meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks planned for the entire week. They're doing 21-day fix. We're reading Made to Crave. And Patty's the one who actually told me about that book years ago, and I just barely got around to reading it. So you guys have probably heard of Made to Crave, but it's been so good for them. In the group, every morning I post, if you guys have been through Micah's New Coach University in the app, I'm running it a little bit like that. So in the morning, I do a post that's kind of their checklist for the day. Do your workout, drink your shake, follow your meal plan. Read this chapter in the book. I give them a video to watch, something about Shakeology, something about female hormones, something about ingredients that are good for them, just random facts that's good for them to have. So I give them a video to watch. And then what else do I give them? There's always something else, like drink this much water today or whatever. So I usually give them 4 things in the morning that's their to-do list. And then at night, we have a check-in, and it'll be a question from the chapter. It'll be a question about their workout or about the meal plan for the day, something to get them talking about what they've done for the day. There'll be a question about the video they watched to make sure that they're digesting it and to let them kind of see what everyone else got from it. And then in the evening, I always do just a fun question. What's your favorite movie or something like that, just to kind of get to know each other. They're amazing, you guys. I believe that there are 19 women in the group, not counting myself. And I have 12 consistently checking in, which is like really good numbers for me. And the ones who are not checking in, check in with me personally. And one of them isn't doing it at all because her grandpa died like the day before we started. So she's going to do the next one, So in general, they're all doing it. They're all checking in consistently every single day. They're doing their workouts. They're doing the meal plans. They are freaking showing up in this group. And every one of them has been like falling all over me. Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you so much for giving me everything I need. This is so overwhelming. Thank you for giving us all of this. Thank you for all the hard work you've done. Like, they're so grateful that I was willing to put that much work into it. And it was a lot of work, I will not lie. But they're getting results. We're in the middle of week 2. So at the end of week 1, the average was 5 pounds lost and 6 inches. I'll take it. That is amazing. So they're doing really good. When I announced that group, I had women falling all over me, like, sign me up, tell me more. I had women I've never spoken to. Remember when I talked about expanding my network and not tracking? Yeah, all these friends that I had no idea who they were. Never had a conversation, and they're coming out of the woodworks. So please, please always remember, they're watching. You may not know who they are. They may not ever click like or comment on any post on any topic, but they're still watching you. So don't ever, ever, ever stop posting. Do not ever stop being present on Facebook, because there are more people watching you than you could possibly know. I had people commenting on my video that they wanted information who were friends of friends and have been following my page because they found me through a friend. Like, it was chaos. It was insane. So that was about a week before we left to Punta Cana, and I made the deadline to order the day before we left. And so the whole time I was gone, I was like creating content for the group, and I sent them all a copy of Made to Crave. That was a gift from me. So I had to order that from Amazon while I was down there. I had to translate it from Spanish. It was weird. It was crazy. So we had these moments, where I'd be like, hey, I need to go, take an hour in the room and pull out my laptop, which was totally cool because it was nice just to chill too. So we kicked off the Monday after we got back from our trip, and it was great for me because I had to refocus like that. Like, I couldn't have like an extra week of vacation once I got home because my focus group was starting. And it's been really important, I think, to do this with them, for them to see that I'm doing it, for them to see my family's eating the same stuff. It's just been an incredible community. One of them has already signed up as a coach, by the way. One of them is getting ready to sign up because she has 2 friends who want to do what she's doing. And I've got 4 or 5 of the others watching a video I did today about coaching. So like, they are prime candidates for the next coaches on my team. They're also the ones who are not interested in coaching are talking to their friends and family and sending them to me. So it's been a really great community. They're forming friendships among each other. They're chatting back and forth all day without me, because I honestly only check in the morning and in the evening. I don't get into the app any other time. What was the question? I'm pulling it up. The contest. I'm not doing a contest. What I'm doing is, so we have that evening check-in every day. And at the end of the week, I do leaderboards. Micah does this in her group too, so I can't claim credit for this. But we just do a leaderboard where we list how many days everyone checked in, right? So 7 check-ins, 6 check-ins, whatever, and everybody's name gets listed. Everybody that checks in 7 days a week gets a prize every week, all 4 weeks. And by prize, I mean like a packet of Energize with a nice note in the mail. I bought a PDF off Etsy of a meal planning sheet that I really like. It's just very simple. It helps you plan your meals for a whole week. And I had a bunch printed off at Staples. So I have a big box of those. So one of the week's prizes is going to be a month's worth of meal planning and grocery shopping sheets. Energized packets. I have a bunch of headbands from Hippie Runner because you can buy their grab bags and it's like $2 a headband and they're cheap to mail. So little stuff like that, really cheap, kind of almost negligible price wise when you consider that you got $50 commission from each of these people. And when you consider the fact that they're either going to become a coach or they're falling in love with Shakeology and they're going to continue it, or they're going to send you a referral. So these women are not costing me money. These prizes, the book that I sent them in the beginning, all of it is going to work together. And it's really hard, especially when you're not making very much. It can be really hard to consider giving prizes to spend money on people. But when you consider how much you get from them, one thing I suggest for my coaches who are all running their own focus groups and struggling to want to put out any money because they need to have that income, I suggest they purchase the Audible version of the book and send the Audible to everybody, because 99.9% of these new challengers are not going to have ever used Audible. So when you send them that book, they'll get to use it for free and it doesn't cost you anymore. So that's what I have suggested for my new coaches who do not want to put any money out for prizes. Personal invites. Yes. So when I decided to do it, like I told you, I went live. You guys can go back and find my video if you want. You can go look at Sandra's video on her page. My video was the Friday before Easter. So it's been a little while, but that way you can find it. When I did my live video, I did an entire post of text. I didn't just put like a headline. I did an entire post of text, just like you would do if you were announcing a challenge group with a picture. Okay, so I did the whole big old post and then I clicked live. And I really feel like that made a difference. I feel like it changed the dynamic of the video because people were able to read what the video was about. You know, people get on from work and they see that you're live, but they can't listen. I had people while I was live saying, oh, I wish I could listen, but I'm totally interested, you know, because they were able to read what I was talking about. And then I just went live. I detailed everything. I talked about how it was different from my regular groups. I listed off everything they were getting from me, everything they were going to be required to do. And I've made it very, very clear that they are required to commit to this group. You are required to commit to 21 Day Fix. You are required to commit to following my meal plan. You're required to commit to Shakeology. No bat in my eyelashes on that. They will drink Shakeology. So I was very clear, very confident. I don't know if you can sense that, but I was just so sure that this was going to make a difference. And I was not willing to spend that amount of time on a group just to have half of them be like, well, I don't want the shakes. And half of them be old challengers that are like, I just need to get going with what I've got. I was not willing to put that amount of time and energy into it unless they were willing to invest and use all of the tools that I wanted them to use. Okay. So I did that live video. I did personally invite. So I messaged everyone who responded to that video. Okay, great. I messaged everyone who commented. I messaged everyone who liked, as long as they were a coach or a current challenger or whatever. If it was a new name, I messaged all of them, thanked them for getting on my live video, and asked if they were interested in my new focus group. I also, this one was a big deal. Do you guys remember the poll that everyone was posting a few weeks ago that was like, you know, what is your biggest struggle when it comes to reaching your health and fitness goals? A was motivation. B was I don't know where to start. Do you guys remember seeing that? So I had posted that 2 or 3 days before. I hadn't gotten back to those people yet because there were like 60 responses. And I was like overwhelmed. Like, I have to go through there and respond to all these people specific to what they answered. Holy cow. So I did it after my live video. And my message to them was, I totally understand how it feels to be overwhelmed and not know where to start, or, you know, whatever their problem was. I just wanted to let you know, I've actually just decided to create a new accountability group. It's going to be very focused. It's very different from what I've done in the past, and it's addressing this very problem because I feel like this group addresses all of those problems. No time, whatever. I'm taking all the time out of it by doing your meal plans, right? You know, so whatever their answer on that poll was, I responded, said, I totally understand. This is how it was for me when I started. I'm doing a new group. It's very different. It's very focused, and I'm going to fix that problem for you. Would you be interested? A lot of yeses. A lot of girls came from those poll responses. One particular girl, I had actually been talking to her. She had come to me asking about a group days before. She's local, but I don't know her. I don't even know how we became friends, but she's done 21 Day Fix and done Shakeology was not impressed with either one, right? But she liked me for some reason. So she asked me about my groups, and this was before the focus group idea. And I couldn't convince her. I could not convince her. She was like, yeah, I don't think it works for me. I just don't think this is the route for me. I need more accountability. She actually asked me if I had a 12-step program where locals would actually meet together. And I was like, no. So after I decided on the focus group, I messaged her and I was like, hey girl, been thinking about our conversation and conversations with some other ladies, and I've actually decided to create a new group. And I explained to her what I was doing. And I was really nervous to send that because she's a very confident, straightforward, she just was not interested. So I was really hesitant to message her. It had only been a couple days since she told me no. I sent her that message and she said, I'm in. And in my message, I said, I actually just did a video about it and this is what it's going to be. And she's like, I'm in. And then her next message was, hang on, I'm watching your video. And then her next message was, I'm halfway through your video, but I'm so in, and then when she finally got through the video, she was like, thank you so much. This is an answer to my prayers. This is exactly what I need. And I was like, oh crap, I'm actually doing this. She's actually the one who is now a coach. She signed up 2 days ago. So you just have to go forward with confidence. You have to be confident that what you are giving them will work, that it has value. And it doesn't have anything to do with those tools. It doesn't have anything to do with Shakeology or 21 Day Fix or Beachbody On Demand. It doesn't have anything to do with that. They need you. They need you to express confidence in them and to say, I understand. I know it's hard. It was hard for me too. It still is some days, but we can do this together. And that's the important thing, is that they need to know they're not alone and that you will be with them every step of the way. And I really believe that this focus group, more than anything, forces me to be with them because I am so in control of their actions that I have to be present. So yeah, I don't know. I did the live group. I did a lot of private messages. I did a lot of follow-up with people who had been interested in BOD before and hadn't done it. And then I did do some new invites as well, but a lot of it came from that video and follow-ups. When I messaged people and when I told them what I was doing and asked if they would be interested, when they came back and said, yeah, I'd love to know more, I said, okay, I actually just did a video on my page about it. So I'm going to tag you in that and have you watch that first and then come back to me with any questions and we'll talk about it. So I tagged like 3 billion people over the course of 2 weeks on that video. I'm still tagging them as I'm working on filling a second group. And that has bumped that video in the newsfeed so many times. So I've had people come back and comment on it like a week or two later because I tagged somebody and it bumped it up in their feed. So that was kind of a new technique for me that I didn't even think about. It was just easy in the moment and it really helped, I believe. So, and I did want to tell you week 4, because 21 Day Fix, 3 weeks, and this is a 30-day group. So the last, 9 days of the group, we're going to do a variety BOD schedule. That's why I'm requiring Beachbody On Demand. They can't just get 21 Day Fix. We're going to do a variety schedule. So they try Core to Force and Country Heat and Size and all of those. And that way, by the end of the 30 days, I'm going to require them to tell me what their next program is. When they're done with 30 days, they're going to tell me what their next program is that they're committing to. They will graduate to my ongoing group, but they're going to graduate with a plan. I'm going to know exactly what they're doing. They're going to have a whole month worth of recipes that they could cycle back through if they really want to. And also for the meal plan, we're doing what Jaylyn does in her groups. She recommends that they do 3 weeks of solid nutrition, no cheats, and then a week of maintenance mode where you can introduce 1 or 2 cheap treats, not crazy, but 1 or 2 small treats throughout that week. And she teaches them that that's what it can be like when you reach your ultimate goal and you're in maintenance mode all the time. It's a little bit more relaxed and life doesn't have to suck. So we're going to be doing that. When we do that bod variety workout schedule, we're going to be implementing some treats, and just kind of having fun with it and helping them to realize that they can make this a permanent lifestyle change. So I don't know, you guys, that's what happened in March. I had already hit Success Club 10 because I was hustling for that photo op in Punta Cana. And then this idea came around and I was like, yeah, let's do it. Even though I didn't really need it, it would have been really easy to be like, well, I hit 10. That's all I need. Like, that's awesome. And I'm going on vacation and I don't have time. But that's not my mindset right now. My mindset is it's time to grow my business. And it's time to take every step possible to go faster and further than I've ever gone before. And so I did it. And obviously the hustle paid off because I have never in my life come anywhere near 46 before. So that's what happened in March. It was pretty crazy. I am working on filling a second focus group. Oh, I also, all of my content from the group, I put into a Google Drive folder and my team is using it. So I'm able to just copy and paste all of my posts into the next group and the next group and the next group. But my team can copy and paste all of my posts and all of my graphics into their group. They're offering the same thing, but they don't have the stress of creating a meal plan that takes me 20 hours and creating the content that takes me 20 more hours. They don't have to do that. It's all there for them. All they have to do is promote it, be confident, fill it, and then just be there. And they can spend all their time actually in the group offering support. Okay, that's all I've got, you guys. That's all I did. I don't even know what else I can tell you. So do you guys have any questions?
Awesome, girl. Thank you so much. So good. So helpful. Yeah, you guys ask questions. You got questions.
Hey, Janae. Hi, Celeste. So Shay and I have been talking about this for weeks, and Sarah and Cheyenne and Janae and Celeste and Kim are all on my team. So Laura, you're it.
Yeah, questions.
Already's had this spiel.
Well, this is the first, I heard Sandra's video, but this is the first time I heard you speak about it and stuff. So I really like the bod part at the end. So I think that's really, really good idea.
Yeah. So. You know, the reason I One Day Fix, that was Jalen's suggestion also. She starts all of her girls on 21 Day Fix. And I just have come to a point where I've realized it's a good foundation. I hate 21 Day Fix. I'm not going to
I'm not a big fan right now of it.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
But it's a really good foundation, and I need to recognize that enough to require it. And it's
I think
good for them.
If you remember, like, you know, even like we learned at Josh Coates, we have to remember where we were when we started. So we probably don't like 21 Day Fix as much because we've come so far in our journey. Yes. But, you know, depending on where people are at in their journey, you know, 21 Day Fix, you can do it if you've never worked out before. You know, you can do it if you're 100 pounds overweight. You know, so that's why I think 21 Day Fix is a great start. I mean, there's other programs they can do too, but I love how it's the 21 Day Fix because it's confusing sometimes when I'm like the country heat with the 21 Day Fix eating plan. And they're like, wait, am I doing 21 Day Fix? I'm like, well, it's called Fixate now, you know? So I think just like, just to start the basic, just 21 Day Fix. I don't know. I like that. It's going to be hard
that foundation.
I'm going just for a good foundation. And then if they want more, it's only 3 weeks. If they want more, there's hammer and chisel. It
depends who you're talking to as well. You know, like a lot of my network is runners and endurance athletes. So, so maybe I might do Fix Extreme or something, you know, different because to be honest, I went right from Core to Force to 21 Day Fix Extreme after my C-section. It was hard, but I knew I could do it and I knew I could push myself. And I just think it's a mindset thing, you know, with people. So they do have to, if it's their first program, they do need to like, you know, kind of get that. But if you're working with athletes.
I had forgotten about 21 Day Fix. She really is motivating. I don't jive with her, but the stuff she says in the workout really are good when you haven't worked out in your adult life and you're like, why in the crap am I doing this? And she throws out one of those one-liners. if you cheat, you only cheat yourself. And then it's like, well, crap.
Yeah, today, what'd she say today?
You know,
She said, working out is hard, but so unhealthy. Being unhealthy is hard. Pick your heart.
ladies, one of the things that I just want to say is that 21 Day Fix, I know you guys probably don't like it, but for me, like, it was the jumping off point for me. That is what started me on I had been doing P90X, I had done Turbo Fire, I had done Insanity, and it was all like eBay auction items, that I had purchased on eBay, but I decided, like, I was stuck. I didn't know where to go. And when the 21 Day Fix came out, was a plateau breaker, and I was stuck at a plateau. And I believe in that program so much that anybody that I talk to, I'm like, you want to get started, you want to lose weight, you want to do any of this, it is 21 Day Fix, because it is amazing. And I show them my results. And I still show people what between the first before picture and the after 3 weeks is amazing. And people are like, what? Like, really?
Really is. That's how they promoted it. But for me, I had to back to it and get that testimony of it, because when it was released, I was, I don't know, a few months into coaching, a few months into working out, and I had a bad attitude and a chip on my shoulder. Hated exercise, hated not being able to eat whatever I wanted, and I did not jive with Autumn, and so I didn't do very well with it. I was still a quitter. Like, I did not get good results because I was just in such a bad place. And it took me this long to go back to it. So for me, I just had to give it another chance.
Right.
And get that testimony that everyone else has. So like you, I agree. It is absolutely the best place for someone to start. And then, like, I have one girl who every cardio day, hate cardio. Can we just do And so I was like, you're going to get a chance. You get to pick your next program, do hammer and chisel, whatever. And that keeps her going. She's like, I'm so excited. Next month, hammer and chisel,
Okay. So one of the questions, Candice, one of the questions that I have is that one of the groups, and I was talking to Patty about this today, Ashley and I are doing a group right now, and we have a very small amount of people. It's a tiny group, and it's on the Child Tracker. And I want to start a new group and I know I can change my mind. I'm a coach. I can change my mind. I don't have to stick to it. Like, if I say it once, I might like totally change it up. But so my question is that I know that Nick and Andy did a free 30-day group for the T25, and I'm doing T25 right now, and I'm having amazing results. Like,
it's awesome.
I'm blown away by my results right now. But what would you say to a free 30-day group with people signing up for Beachbody on demand and I know, and Patty was the same way as you, and I just don't know, how would you promote that? How would you do that?
I would never.
Okay.
A couple of reasons. Number one, 30 days is a long time for you to give your time and energy to somebody who's not if they aren't willing to invest in themselves, they're going to suck the life out of you.
True.
They suck, life suck. They will be greedy. They will take everything you have to get. They will ask for more, or they'll go MIA. They'll disappear. They won't do anything. You'll feel like a failure. It would have been a total waste of time.
Okay.
Free groups, for me, free groups are a way to expand your network. Mm-hmm. So I put them in groups that I'm part of. I bring in a lot of new friends. Free groups are a way to reach out to your new network that you already have. Mm-hmm. But you give them a short and sweet taste of what you have to offer. You don't give them the whole kit and caboodle. Because, most of our challenge groups, like a 21 Day Fix challenge group, 21 days. Hello, why would you give them 30 days for free?
True.
It's bananas.
And the only reason,
a great while, I will let one person, like, if I am talking to someone, they are legit. Like, I need to do this and I don't have it. Like, we've had full-on conversations. I know what's going on in their life. And you can kind of get the vibe. You talk to someone enough, if they're just making excuses or if they're really in a hard place. And so in situations, sometimes I will be like, look, let's sign you up for the trial. I'll get you in the group anyway. You're not eligible for the prizes, but you'll still get the support and the accountability and the workouts. So I will do that, but it's like on a case-by-case basis.
Right.
And I have whole group of freebies. I will mix them in with my paying customers.
So if I'm doing a T20, if like I'm loving T25, I'm hating it, but I love it. And I want to do this group, and I'm going to be starting into the beta phase in June. And I would love to be able to lead some people through the alpha phase, even if it's just like the modifications or whatever. Would you do it the same way as a 21-day fix group and just say, hey, this is exactly how we're going to do it. I'm going to provide the meal plans for you for the first week, and then just kind of do it.
My with that is T25 is going to exclude some people. There's going to be some people who can't do it. So it's going to depend on who your market is. If your market in general is, semi-active moms who just want to lose some weight, but they're not all broken, then you probably do just fine with it. I tend to get a lot of older women, which is odd. I don't know why they like me, but they do. I tend to get a lot of broken women, bad knees, bad hips, whatever. They're in their, everything's broken. I get a lot of that. Anytime I used to promote a certain program when it was on sale, they would walk away because they couldn't do that program. And I'd be like, no, wait, you can do any program. And they'd be like, but no one else is, so it kind of it takes their confidence away. If they're like, I don't think I could do that one, so that's my only concern with that. I will not promote a specific program ever again, other than 21-day fix in my focus group.
Right.
Because in general, I feel like it limits you too much on who you can help. And then it puts limitations on them. If they feel like they can't do the program you've chosen, then they feel like they can't do your group.
Right.
My only concern with it.
Well, I know that T20
Honestly, Laura, just do a freaking 21-day fix focus group. You've got the testimony of it. It's the place to start. You know that. You don't have to do 21-day fix with them. You can explain, look, I'm in the middle of T25. I love 21-day fix, but I'm going to be doing T25. I'll show you some videos now and then so you can see what it's like, and maybe you'll want to do this next month. I honestly wouldn't focus on any other program no matter what you're doing. I will not promote Shift Shop. I will not promote whatever Sean's new program is. I will talk about them, but I am not going to promote them the way we used to, where we fill a whole group of people doing that program. Right. It makes people who look at that and they're not interested, or they don't believe they can do it, they walk away. So by me just promoting a group in general, I don't even promote 21-day fix. I promote my focus group with beginner workouts. They're good for any level. Anyone can do it. That's all I say. Okay. And in our conversation, I will explain you'll do 21-day fix. It is the very best one to start with. No matter what your concerns are with exercise, this is the one. So I'm not promoting specific programs anymore because I really believe that people discount themselves before they ever even make their interest known to you. They'll never even say, oh, I'm interested in her group. Oh, I couldn't do that program. Me next.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't promote specific programs for that reason. And if you feel like you've lost your mojo, girl, it works.
What?
It works. This is working. It's working.
I believe you.
It worked for Sandra. Jalen didn't do like this focus group specifically, but she's the one who does 21-day fix for all. They all start with 21-day fix. That came from her. I shared a room with her in Oklahoma, and we talked a ton. She talked a ton, and I listened. And 21-day fix, all of her girls, she starts them all with that, and it's clearly working for Jalen. It's not so much a matter of getting a lot of people into this group. It's a matter of getting them in and keeping them in. And keeping them going to month 2 and month 3 and month 4. And that's what I feel like 21-day fix does. Not only is it a beginner workout, which not everyone needs, but it's a quick win. It's quick. They get out and they have results. They have good results. They have the feeling of accomplishment that they completed their program. They get to turn in their results for a t-shirt. Like, I really believe that getting them in and pushing them through 3 weeks and having them say, I did it. I finished. I really believe there's a lot of value in that as well. So you could make it work. You're a rock star. You can make anything work. Really, you can, especially if you're getting amazing results. That would be my recommendation. I'm feeling like, I'm just feeling like something, I've got to change something up. I've got to do something drastic almost is what I'm feeling. Was for me, because I have never done this much work for a group, probably in 3 years combined. I'm still not done creating the, I fell behind, so I'm creating it as I go. Some of it's kind of scattered and random, like, oh crap, what am I gonna post right now? And I'll probably update it as I go, but it's working and they're still going and they're making friends with each other. I have a couple girls who were talking in one of our threads about how they really wanted to start getting up early and they're just struggling and they couldn't make themselves get up. They decided on their own to be accountability partners and started checking in with each other. I didn't suggest it. I mean, one of them's a 21-year-old girl who's about to get married and the other one's a 30-something mom of 4. And they're just like, let's do this together, so I don't know. I think the overall purpose of the group is to give them a quick win so that they have the motivation to keep going. So that they will be long-term customers or coaches. And they'll actually
when you get those results and when they see those results after the 3 weeks, it's like, oh my gosh. I mean, I did 21 Day Fix like 5 times.
Yes.
So.
Their reactions after week 1. I was in tears the whole day. I've never required anybody to give me their results before. They probably have gotten great results before, probably lots of them, but I've never made that a part of our schedule to, okay, today's the day, measure and weigh and track it and send me your results. I've never required that before. And I think that a lot of people, if you don't make them do it, they won't do it. Mm-hmm. They might scale here and there, but they won't do it at the right time and they won't really calculate how much of a difference it is and they won't see the inches. They're doing pictures, measurements, and weight. And they're seeing.
So cool.
You can log that. I mean, you can see them in the tracker app too. And I don't know. That's something my own people. What I do. You what?
I can't see their updates.
If they don't share it, they have to choose to share it with you.
Share it, yeah. I have the first of every single month. I tell all of my people, go log your measurements, log your next picture. And I go in there and check it. But so that's always helpful too. But I'm gonna have to close this out because
it's been really good to have that be part of.
Oh, my internet's going off. Okay, sorry, I'm going in and out. Can you hear me?
That's okay.
Thank you so much, Kandice, for this call. You are awesome, girl.
Thank you, Kandice. You rock.
And I'll get the recording up and send it to you so you can share it with your team too.
That would be awesome.
Thank you. Have a good night, y'all.
Kandice. Bye, guys.